This is Petter Hegevall, Editor-in-Chief for Gamereactor Sweden, and these are my 5 top games for 2014. Number 5 on my list is Monument Valley for iOS. To me, it's by far the most beautiful game design-wise of all 2014, and being a designer as well as an editor, I'm of course crazy about the way that the game looks and also the way that it plays. I'm not a big puzzle gamer fan, not originally, so the puzzles in Monument Valley was not super challenging for me, but still enough to make it last a couple of hours, and I just love the tone, the atmosphere, the main character, and as an overall experience, it's one of the best handheld games I've played in years. Number 4, Alien Isolation. I don't think that I've been as scared as I was playing through Alien Isolation in, we're talking years. Maybe the first Project Zero game scared me in the same sense. And not only did that game scare the shit out of me, literally, it was not only scary and well-paced and challenging and kind of atmospheric in an old-school horror kind of way. I loved the atmosphere, the design was fantastic. From a technical standpoint, I played the PlayStation 4 version. It was superb. Maybe a tad bit long, 18, 20 hours, something like that. It took me to play through. I would have preferred maybe, 12, 14, because there was some repetition in the latter part of the game that I could have lived without, but still a fantastic game, and the number 4 on my Game of the Year list. The number 3 on my list is R-Factor 2, and some of you will perhaps point out that you could play the beta version of this game back in 2012 already, but still it's a finalized game in 2014 with the finalized track packs and stuff like that. So for me, it's a 2014 game, and this was the year when I really just dug into the fantastic car physics that the game contains, and it definitely rivals iRacing for the top spot in the full-on simulation genre, and to me it's a superb game that I'm going to continue playing for years, I guess. On the number 2 spot on my list of the 5 best games of 2014, I have Watch Dogs from Ubisoft. Fantastic open world sandbox action gameplay. Even though I think that it lacks when it comes to gameplay variation in some senses, just as with the Assassin's Creed series, but still it was so much more than the Assassin's Creed series, even though the game is based on the same kind of structure, and even though the gameplay shares a lot of similarities with the Assassin's Creed, it was atmospheric and exciting. I thought it was challenging, and just the way that they incorporated the hacking parts. I was a bit scared before the game was released that it was going to be cheesy, but to me it was quite the opposite. And in the latter part of the single player campaign, where I was powerful as a hacker enough to turn the lights off on whole city blocks, and I could control almost everything in Ubisoft's small version of real life Chicago. To me it was the second best gameplay experience of the year. Number 1. For me, 2014 comes to an end, and the best game that I've played all year is Far Cry 4. I loved the first Far Cry, hated the second one, adored the third one. It's one of the best open world sandbox action games that I've ever played, and the fourth one is perhaps even better. I mean, it's such a polished product, especially in comparison to a lot of big disappointing titles this year that has been released in an unfinished state, like Halo, the Master Chief Collection, Assassin's Creed Unity, Drive Club, etc., etc. Far Cry 4, super polished, engaging, exciting, challenging, super beautiful, expansive, so much content, so much life, and just such a fantastic world just to dig into. I have played it all the way through, of course. I'm still going back each night, almost every night, to just play around in the Himalayas and just enjoy the sheer brilliance in the game's artificial intelligence system and the flora of animals, and and still I haven't even touched the co-op part, which says a lot, and still this is my favorite gameplay experience of 2014.